Hi Estella, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Is there a lot of background noise you're getting from my end?
No, not at all.
Okay. Also, um,
Wait, stop the recording. Start recording when we
okay.
actually start the meeting. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sime Team monthly show and tell. We're waiting for Shawn Intro, who's going to join us in a few minutes. I want to welcome everybody. Once a month, we do a show and tell so that anybody who is in the sign or wants to show what they're working on, or members from other teams, if they need any advice with the sign. This is the first time that you come to this meeting. You're very welcome. We like to advise everybody on the sign. We don't make many decisions. We usually just if we need to make decisions, we make a post about it. Okay. And this is a family friendly meeting, so everybody knows. And if you see my dog that is starting to bark, I'm sorry, I'll try to keep him quiet. Welcome everybody. And let's see. So we have Shanning and Ashik and Ahmed, Ahmed is our other team rep. We have Cameron, Peter, Heather, Kristen, and Tino. So welcome everyone. First question is, does anybody have anything to show, anything to ask? We don't have an agenda for today. We don't do agendas when we have our Zoom meetings. So it's just open talk, whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to show, we're open. So who's got anything? Or even if you want to introduce yourselves, that would be good. Anyone want to start?
I can introduce myself.
Yes.
I'm Channing, and I just joined the automatic design team as a sponsored contributor. So I'm going to be working on the .org side. I just did my first issue maybe 2 weeks ago, so I'm very, very new. Definitely learning the ropes, but I'm excited to be here and get more involved with the community.
Well, welcome. And whatever we can help with, we're happy to help. So you have questions, whatever you want, we're here. Cameron, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm a longtime WordPress user. I've been building websites in WordPress for about 10 years, and I was a big open source CMS guy back in the early 2000s. Really old school internet dude. I've been doing stuff since '95. My day job is I manage about 100 WordPress websites for the largest school district in New Jersey, all on a giant multi-site. And I also run a company on the side that does the same thing for other school districts.
Good, welcome. Ashik, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, my name is Ashik Uzzaman Kiran. You can call me Ashik. Me and Ahmed Shayan, we work in the same company, WeDeps. So I'm working as digital marketing manager. I'm also overseeing a email marketing platform, Wemail. And besides that, on the sides, I develop WordPress themes and plugins. And I have actually one question. I actually developed a WordPress plugin, which is a Gutenberg block builder. So I'm afraid currently I'm afraid of releasing it into the public because all these updates, crazy updates going on, all these new shiny features going on, actually really time consuming for me as a single developer to upkeep with this all those changes, all those new things. Even if uh, the other day I saw a reusable block are being changed in a different way. They are being saved in a different way. So that got me thinking: should I even release my plugin? I'm really not sure. What should I do? I was hoping that I could release that product 2020, but that the changes are keep happening and at a rapid pace. So for me as a small-time developer, it's actually quite frightening to hop into the Gutenberg ecosystem, because once I release my plugin, it will be a constant time, a constant effort. There will be users who want to make updates. Maybe some blocks will not work in a few WordPress version or a few Gutenberg plugin versions. So these are the scary things that I face daily, that I have to think consciously. So
Okay.
that's what's been
Yeah,
bugging me for the last few months.
yeah, that's always a challenge. Let's introduce everybody, and then we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Heather, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Heather New, and I'm just starting out in contributing. So just kind of observing and seeing where I can add some flair or some value. I've been working with WordPress for about 9 years now. I recently worked in an agency in an aviation marketing agency. So I've been building themes, but looking to dive deeper into core development here in the recent future. So thanks for having me.
And they're saying that you win the best backdrop for tonight.
Thank you.
Peter, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Peter Ingersoll. I'm from South Windsor, Connecticut, US, and basically take what Heather said and duplicate it, kind of in the same place, doing the same types of things. I help run a local meetup. I develop websites for my clients, and I'm really getting involved with the whole block editor Gutenberg world. So deciding whether I'm going to land in like documentation or the user interface, and the two obviously are so close. So right now I'm kind of lurking and listening in and seeing, where I might also, best contribute.
Okay. Kristen? Okay. Let's see. Kristen says that she is a freelancer developer, a web designer developer based out of the Maryland, USA. She loves WordPress and wants to help with the continued effort to make it awesome. Okay. She was actually for a few months around in the summer and had to dip out for a few months due to some changes in her schedule, but maybe she can join us today and jump back in. Okay. Shawn, you want to introduce yourself? Welcome, Kristen.
Sure, yeah. I'm Shawn. I'm a designer. I work at Automatic, and thankfully I get to spend most of my time working on core, specifically the block editor. So it's cool to hear a lot of people mention the block editor. And it's really cool to see a lot of new faces here. This is awesome. I think I might have missed the first few minutes, but there was some mention of this being the biggest Zoom call we've had yet. So that's awesome.
Yes. Joel, you want to introduce yourself? Welcome, Shawn.
Hi, I'm Joel Yoder. I'm based out of Indiana in the US here. I primarily work in higher ed, and we're all in on WordPress. So I just saw this come up. I actually didn't even know this was happening until I saw it pop up in Slack today.
Cool.
So I don't know how if I'll be able to be in the whole time, but yeah, like the others have been saying, I'm in the middle of a big Gutenberg migration for our site. We're moving from using advanced custom fields for everything to trying to do everything with blocks. So this is really relevant. I've been trying to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening in Gutenberg recently for that.
Yeah. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Let's get back to, does anybody else have any other issue that they would like to talk about? Or you are, mostly everybody is looking into where can they help, how can they get involved in the community. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but let's see, Ashik, you mentioned that you have a plugin for blocks.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about what it is? If you have something that you can show it, and maybe I know that Shawn here is the most experienced with the editor, so maybe he can help you out. Oh, and we got Paul. Paul is here with us.
Hi.
Well, give us a second. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
I've been helping out with WordPress for a few years now, leading a lot of the design triages, doing a lot of design, going through various issues, helping out with a lot of Gutenberg things, doing some documentation. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's part of some things I'm working with on. So, yeah.
Okay. Hello. Hi, Paul. So, okay, Ashik, let's go ahead and start with you.
Well, actually, I'm not prepared to show it online because I need to set up the development environment.
Okay.
So I guess maybe for another time.
Well, okay, then we'll move on for another time. So, well, everybody wants to know where can they help, but mostly everybody. Cancel this. There are many ways to get involved with the community, with the WordPress community. One of them is, attending the meetings. Right now, we don't have that availability, but that ability, but attending WordCamps, attending meetups, that's also another way of contributing to the community, being part of it, getting to know people and everything. It's always good. Talking at WordCamps, open meetups, that's also another way. Right now, because everything we are doing it online, Ahmed, can I show my screen, please?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Estella.
Thank you. Hold on a second. Let me, oh, hold on a second. Sorry. Give me 1 second here. I need to, oh, I can do this one. This one, share, and there you are. So I'm just gonna show you right here for those of you who are not familiar what happened there. This is where all the, why is my computer doing this? Okay, sorry. No. Why is my computer, is my computer also flashing for you?
Yeah, it's something. Oh, maybe now it's working. Oh.
Okay, hold on a second. No. Let me go back in. And start sharing again. Let's see. Sometimes it's kind of weird. I don't know. It was working fine a minute ago. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we don't go. No. You know what? There is something with the sharing. Let's see. Ahmed, can you share your screen maybe? On the Get Involved page.
Absolutely. I'll get that started.
Yeah, please, because I don't know what's wrong with my computer. I start sharing and it starts blinking.
I can talk about because I usually kind of help a lot of people get involved with various aspects. Should I just talk a little bit?
Go ahead. You're very welcome to.
So first of all, we need to kind of figure out, do I want to do design, for instance, or do I help with that? Do I want to help with documentation? Do I want to help to teach, make some kind of tutorials? Do I want to help as a developer? One kind of goes through just kind of looking at which area am I most interested in contributing to. And then, well, let's say, for instance, I found a message on a community team, I think it was called, or something like that, community events Slack channel. A person who was wondering about how do I get into coding? So I gave him a link to, as you see right here, I gave a link to the block editor handbook. This is the core. Okay, this is the design handbook. So we want to kind of just figure out what one wants to get involved with. And then I would say look up various Slack channels and say, oh, I'm interested in marketing. Oh, I'll join that channel. I'll just kind of listen in, just see what's going on there, and just kind of ask questions. So you just find a channel you want to get involved with. So we're here for design. So I would just say post and design and just say, hi, I am new. I kind of wonder how to get started. Or this Paul person, he seems like he posts a lot. So let's just ask him, send him a direct message, or ask Estelle or Ahmed or something, someone who posts in the Slack channel. Just send them a direct message, ask some questions. It's a lot easier. It's private than just having to openly send a message into the design channel. And from there, one kind of starts the conversation, just kind of recommending different ways. So for me, I would, do you want to look at, for instance, design in with Gutenberg or track, WordPress core? So let's say a person is interested in Gutenberg. And then I would recommend going to GitHub, just kind of looking through various issues, just look at the various labels. You see that some labels will have, for instance, need designed, or maybe needs design feedback, as I see right here, choose your own adventure. Just kind of look at the various labels that you see on GitHub. And there's also a label button you can click and just start writing needs, for instance, and you will see various needs design, needs developer. Just gonna look for various labels and you just find different issues, say, oh, that looks like an interesting issue. That's an interesting challenge. So for instance, right now, we come across the challenge of how to improve the user interface for inline imagings. Because we can't use inner blocks for inline image. So then we need to figure out some kind of new user interface, because right now with the inline image in the paragraph block, one just can use the width. So, how would you, for instance, set up a user interface for inline images then? So that is an issue I'm thinking of creating soon, and just kind of putting maybe a discussion label on it. And I'll probably post a link into the design channel and say, hey, let's discuss this. And we have our different interests and different focus areas, and there are certain common areas. For instance, in WordPress, there's a lot of focus on full site editing, and that is a one big area. So for instance, I might focus on that. I might focus on bugs and see or some old issues. So there's a lot of different areas one can basically focus on that one wants to get into. For example, click on the Gutenberg Hub repo link there, a little bit up. And it just kind of, so that's for Gutenberg, and there's certain similar things for WordPress track as well. For Gutenberg, there's a lot of issues that maybe just have a few responses, so it's easier to get into. Because a lot of the, I would say, track issues are long. There's a lot to read, and I know my mind can easily go like this, because I'll just write at the end of a track issue, or on GitHub an issue, say, let's do a status update. What's the next steps that are needed here? Is this issue valid? Someone might say, yes, it is, and that's it. Then I better have a follow-up question as, what is the next steps? And the person who wrote it or someone else will say, okay, we need to do this and this and this to move this issue onward. And then I need to say, oh, I have no idea what they're talking about. I have to find a developer or find someone else, another design person, ask Estelle or Shawn or someone else, and say, I'm not sure what they're asking about here. Maybe you have some feedback. And then maybe they do, maybe not. And that's what is also called pinging, ping, when you add a person's handle or a Slack name or a handle or nickname in issue, or a track ticket. You basically kind of saying, hey, Shawn, Estella, Ahmed, or someone else, hey, I pinged you here on this issue or track ticket. Can you please take a look and see if you have something to add? Because I don't really know what else to say. So, bottom line is really just ask someone that you feel comfortable asking. And that can be really anybody. When you have questions, just ask. You can ask in this channel or just ask us directly. So yeah, that is kind of like I kind of pick up when people kind of have a certain vibe saying that I'm new, I kind of am curious. I might send a direct message, say, hey, how can I help you? So it's just by open attendance, just kind of get a feel for what's going on. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, what I want to share right now.
Yes, it's also, you know, the meetings, you can check out when the meetings are for the topics that you are interested in. That you can go into, can you go back? No, into the Get Involved. No, go back into the Get Involved link. No, on top. Oh, the main menu.
All the way on top, further up.
On the blue one, on the blue part.
Yes, yeah, next to
the
support, and basically the main menu up in the WordPress org.
Yes,
yeah,
that one.
Click that one.
You have here the meetings. No. In the yes, click on that.
Because what we're looking at, we're just looking at different groups in WordPress to get involved with.
And there is the calendar right there. Yeah, there are the calendars of every meeting. They all show up on your own time. So yeah, don't be scared right now at the times that they have, because those are times for Ahmed, but they show up at your own time. That's the way this is coded. So believe me, there is nothing at 4:30 in the morning, but there are meetings running for the APAC community. There are meetings that are running on time for the USA and people in Latin America. They are also times that are for more convenient for Europe. And obviously a lot of them just kind of like merge together, and we are, you know, we may join several of them. There is also this, now all these meetings happen in Slack, in the different Slack channels. Okay. Yep, it's right there. Location that will link you to the design channel. Now scroll up a little bit more, a bit again, and go back to the design team. Yeah, to the design. Yep. And let's go to the handbook, and let's go to the handbook. Yeah, and let's go to track. Now, all of the meetings, they have this part here where it says meetings, where you can have all the information when they meet, where they discuss meeting notes, agendas, and that kind of thing. Yeah, okay, so handbook, scroll down to get involved. And areas to contribute, not giving feedback, I believe it is. Yeah, giving feedback, yes. I want to go to track. I want to go one of those reports for track. Right there, core tickets that need, the first link, the core tickets that need UI UX feedback, yeah. This is for those of you who don't know, this is, I don't know if everybody is familiar with track or not, but this is track. This is one of those reports that don't you just love slow internet?
The ticketing system for WordPress, basically.
Yeah, that too. But it's yeah, just give it a second. It will come. Right here, eventually we're gonna have the report for tickets that need some design feedback, or they even need design of a wireframe or a screenshot or something that the design team can. Okay, database is locked. No, hold on a second. Go. Yeah, I know, Shawn. I know, Shawn. Yeah, go into tickets and see. Go into tickets. Scroll down. No, scroll down. Right there. There is a design tickets requesting design feedback. Up. Go up a little bit. Go. No, you were right there. Scroll back down. Right there.
Feedback.
tickets needing feedback. And then you'll find the design feedback. That one. The one below, that one. Okay. So you see this, all of these tickets are waiting for design feedback in some way. You can just click on one. And this one, for instance, is a ticket buttons that do not adhere to admin color scheme. A lot of things are bugs. A lot of these things are bugs that happens when there are updates, software updates. So people just, you know, they see them, they put them up here, and all the teams need to go back and see and make sure, you know, that they are really happening. Because sometimes it's a bug that happens on one side that is affected by other things. We all test this in local environments to make sure that, you know, that the bugs are real. And you can scroll down on this ticket. And, you know, there is all the information. There is the screenshots. Keep going, keep going. We have, for instance, hold on a second. Right here, it's you get to know the people once you get involved. For instance, Fersia here, he does accessibility feedback. He's also a core committer, so he commits tickets, things that are issues that are resolved. But he's very focused on documentation. Sorry, on accessibility, and he will test something that is ready to go, and he will test it. And you know, they say this is in accessibility, is not working, so he sends it back. Even if we are all set and ready to go, it is not ready for accessibility, then we send it back. And somebody else, you know, and we have to start all over again, review the ticket, create patches, check the, you know, the bugs, and make sure that everything is happened. He will give recommendations. Scroll down, please. They will have, you know, Mail Choice is also a committer for design. Now keep going, keep going, keep going. So what happens, what it is, you know, there is a whole discussion in there. If you have something to say to this ticket, just keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. And here you go. You can add your comment. You don't need to be part of the team or wait until we review tickets. You can go on your own and look into these reports and look into the tickets, read. If you know something about it, then you reply. If you don't know something, you don't need to know about everything. Sometimes you don't really understand this. So sometimes you wonder, like, why is this ticket needing a design feedback when it's not about design? Sometimes the people are not very sure, and they just say, oh, it needs design feedback, and then we go there and look at it and like, this is not a design issue. We're not gonna solve the problem with design, so it needs coding, so we'll just send it back. Like, we'll remove our labels right here or something and add them. But if you have a comment, you're welcome to read, you know, through all of those tickets. If you have something to say it. If you don't know, but you're interested in the topic, okay, and you really don't know how to solve it, but you would like to know more, you're very welcome to bring the ticket into the design meetings that happen on Wednesday, normal days, because we don't do this every time, and let us know. Either on Tuesdays, we have a working hours for where we review tickets, or you can bring it. You're very welcome also to bring it to the design team on Wednesdays and say, hey, I run into this issue. I saw this, but, you know, my opinion is A, but I'm not sure about it. What does the team think? Will it go, you know, with what I think or with my own experience? And we can discuss it and we can talk about it, and then we can just leave all a comment. That's also another way of doing it. But you're very welcome to do it on your own. I mean, if you have the experience, if you understand the ticket, if you understand it, you're very welcome to do it on your own. Can you, okay, now can you go back and see the GitHub? No, go into the design. into the design page. Yeah, there should be the, no, scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Where is the, it should have a, no, that's not it. The GitHub link to Gutenberg contribution. You gotta click on Gutenberg contribution. And there you go. Pull requests, bugs, hold on. Keep going down. Right there where it says needs design. The first one. God. Those tooltips drive me mad. That one, yeah. This is the GitHub. This is the repository for Gutenberg. These are the labels. The green labels are the ones that need the sign. Also the same thing. You click on it, you read about it, you can post a comment, but that's all you can do. Now, GitHub is a little bit different. Paul, you wanna give us the workflow for GitHub, please?
Sure. So when I go here, I usually just go to the GitHub and I would click labels and just kind of search for the labels I need to find. So this is easier to use than track, because if you just click a random issue, Ahmed.
The issue, yeah.
Yeah, just click a issue. Because here, one just adds the image directly into the comment space. On track, one has to kind of attach it in another way. So here, one just kind of reads and one sees the labels on this side, and one kind of goes through just kind of seeing the various comments that are made, and just kind of pings people that were, or just kind of adds the issue or something like that into the design channel. So here we see that James added the various labels, and he here requested a review from another person. So, and here he says it also mentioned a pull request. So this is an issue, and he would just kind of link to a pull request, a PR, or we're actually in a PR right now. So but he mentioned another PR too. So we will see some other, one can add a link to another issue, for example, and one will see it as a link, how issues become associated with each other. So there are the pull requests and then the issues. The pull request is where the main work is happening, and the issues are more the discussion of what to do.
Yes,
a question about, sorry, was someone else talking?
Yeah, please.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to ask a quick question
Shani?
about the needs design feedback tag. So if you have an ongoing issue and you're just continuing to update it and add to it, if it's already been tagged once with needs design feedback, will it automatically like get reviewed again? Or do you need to, every time you update, you need to keep adding a new tag like, hey, this is new, look at it again?
When people have commented on an issue, they would get an email. I get an email every time someone posts an issue I already posted too. So, but if you want extra attention, for instance, to an issue, I would just kind of put that into the design channel. Just say, hey, could I get some more feedback on this issue here? But whoever is posted in that issue will automatically get an email too. So they will get a reminder, say, okay, there's a new update to an issue.
Maybe there's another way to ask this question too. If you update an existing issue that has the tag already, will it like bump it up to the top of the list of needs design feedback? Okay, it'll stay buried as an older thing.
Right.
Okay.
It will stay. That will happen only on, that happens only on track. It doesn't happen on GitHub. What you're asking. Okay, in GitHub it will pull it up on the list and everything, but not on GitHub.
It goes back to when it was originally created. It will kind of stay to when it was originally created. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the labels, there's only certain people that can add or remove the labels. Not everybody can do it. So, I mean, if it has design feedback, and then we say that, we have given it all the design feedback that we can to this ticket, to this PR, then somebody like Shawn or Paul, or I think I can remove also labels. I'm not sure, but because they are the most from the team right now. they are the most familiar with it. There are other people, of course, like James Coaster and some other people that can add labels and remove labels when they are not needed. We have two minutes left for our call. Are there any other questions? We'll be happy to answer. Anyone?
I would say one gets into it. One learns how it works, and one gets kind of used to how it works. So, and it's just kind of have fun with it. Explore different tickets or issues, and just say, "Oh, wow, this is a cool issue. I think I want to think about this some more. I want to add some comments to it." So that's what I do a lot. I just kind of go in to say, look for things. Just kind of look at different issues or tickets and track, and just kind of say, "Ooh, this is interesting. I didn't know about this. Oh, this is a new feature coming. Ooh, I want to try it out." And there are methods also to trying out a PR. So one can download actually the Gutenberg plugin, including the PR that's being worked on, and actually test it out before it's merged into the Gutenberg. I will add some information about that into the design channel or link to our issue. So one kind of learns how to test out PR before it's been merged. So that's good to give feedback on. So, yeah.
Okay. And Shawn just reminded us that there are two labels, design related labels, which are the needs design and it's design feedback. They are different. When you give feedback, or the other one when it's design is that when you propose something and you do your own screenshot. And we have less than a minute, and we don't want to get cut off the call before saying goodbye. Thank you, everybody. If you have questions, please jump on the channel. There's always somebody to reply. It's either Paul, myself, Ahmed, somebody will be there to say something. And I want to thank you, everybody, for joining us. We have less than a minute, so this is going to be cut off easily.
Okay, needs design is just something that's new. Needs design. Need design feedback is something that's created and just it needs feedback to whatever is being presented.